Hello everybody, this is Pilgrim Pain 59 from the Fragged Pixels. I'm starting off today with a new type of video for the Fragged Pixels channel on YouTube. These are going to be build videos. This is the first of what I hope are going to be many. They're not going to be coming out every day like a lot of other posters to the YouTube channel on Division 2 talk about. These are just going to be builds that that I think are good builds that I use or that some of the other clan members use. The first build that I'm going to talk about is actually what I like to call a seeker build or a seeker skill build, and it's was shown to me by one of the most senior members of the clan, HypnotikImage. And with that, let's go into the build right now. Okay, the seeker build, as I like to call it, starts off with the technician specialization. The weapons are really not of any circumstances, but the gear have one China Light, 2 Hannah U, and 3 Empress International. And the skills that I'm using, the first skill is the seeker skill, and the second skill is the sticky bomb, explosive sticky bomb. Now let's go into them in some detail. The reason for the technician specialization is a little evident when we go into the details on it. And you'll notice here that one of the items you select is overclocked CPU, which is a passive talent, but it gives you an extra 10% skill damage. So this being a skill build, you want to have extra damage on your skills.
Inventory.
And as I said before, it doesn't matter what weapons you use, really. I've selected the Kingbreaker, which is considered to be the best of the assault rifles, and I have the talent perfect flatline on it, so it adds 20% weapon damage to pulsed enemies. I have the Scorpio shotgun, and I use the backup boomstick as my sidearm. I don't use my sidearm much, but when I need to use it, I want it to have some power. So this I consider to be the most powerful one. I have concussion grenades loaded here in the event that I'm using this during a raid or something and I need to use a concussion grenades, especially on dark hours. When I'm playing the inner circle and have to break the grid or throw inside it or whatever. Anyhow, let's get down to the gear. We'll start off with the mask. The first item is the only China Light Industries item. It is the MJ54 mask. And you'll note that one item from China Light gives you plus 15% explosives damage. And since this is a seeker build, you want to have explosives. Anything can help your explosives. The attributes are, the core attribute is the +1 skill tier, of course. And then the 2 attributes that I've got on here are skill damage and skill haste. And the mod is a skill haste. Now, on all pieces of the gear here, all the attributes, all of the mods are either skill damage or skill haste. Okay, just remember that. Now, the first of the Empress International items is the backpack. It's a named item. It's called the battery pack. And the first item gives you plus 10% skill health. The second item gives you plus 10% skill damage, and the third item is plus 10% skill efficiency, which is something that makes the revive time and how you use your skills and all that on your skills that much more faster. The core attribute is the +1 skill tier, and you can see the attributes down below are the skill damage and skill haste, and I put a skill haste mod on. The talent that you get with this named item is perfectly calculated. It kills from cover, reduce skill cooldowns by 15%, and that's important for this build, and I'll explain why later in the video. The next item is the gloves. It's the first of the Hannah U components, Hannah U Corporation. It's the plated gloves. You'll see that one item, Hannah U, is skill haste plus 10%. The second item is plus 10% skill damage. It's similar to that of the Empress International, but we don't need the third item, which is that weapon damage. We're not concentrating on weapon damage here. We're concentrating on skills. For the core attribute, of course, it's +1 skill tier, and the attributes below are skill damage and skill haste. We move over to the armor, and that is also a named item from Empress International. It's called the Caesar's Guard. And you can see that the skill tier, the core attribute, is +1 skill tier. The attributes on this are skill damage and skill haste, and the mod I put on there is skill haste. The talent on this one is perfectly skilled. On the named item, it says skilled kills have a 30% chance to reset skill cooldowns. So remember that when I talk about this later. I'll be talking about it and the backpack talent. Now, the holster is the second Hannah U Corporation item. It's the dual holster, and its skill tier, its core attribute has a +1 skill tier, and the attributes, of course, are skill haste and skill damage. And finally, we look at the Empress International knee pads, wear anywhere protectors. That's our third Empress International item. Core attribute +1 skill tier. The attributes are skill haste and skill damage again. I haven't maximized all these yet, but they'll get there eventually when I work on optimization and collect all the SHD and all that crap. So that's the gear in a nutshell. And if we go down to the skills now, the first skill is the explosive seeker mind. And you'll notice that with all the gear that's loaded, you get a tier 6 level on the seeker mind. It gives you a plus 60% damage and a plus 30% radius. Now, the two talents that come from the backpack and from the armory, where it helps you reduce the cooldown time and on your skills, that is what really makes this nice, in the fact that at most I'm getting 12 seconds. A large part of that is also the skill haste attributes and mods that you're putting on the gear, but I've got it down to 12 seconds so far. But with the more kills that you get from cover, which is one of the talents, it will reduce that cooldown skill time more. So you'll be throwing out seeker mines just almost as soon as you can. It's like one, throw one out, one, throw one out, one, throw. You'll get fast at throwing out the seeker mines. The secondary skill doesn't matter really, but I've selected the explosive sticky bomb. It gives you a tier 6 item also, and it's got plus 60% damage, plus 70% blast radius, and 90% skill haste. So that's it in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was informative. I'll be doing other build videos, and leave some comments, etc. And thank you for watching.